Crazy. So here's what we're going to do tonight. Tonight we're going to do some game-based learning.
Hello.
I'm skipping the video. Okay. And I'm going to try and do this a little bit of hands-on if I can. If you have access to Minecraft Education, that's great. If you don't, just do a little follow along with me. I do have it open so we can get into it. My goal for tonight is, you guys know me already, you've been here. I want to explain how you can explain AI concepts through game mechanics with the students. You can build AI powered challenges in MakeCode. Vicky, I know that you teach you teach languages.
Yeah.
And I know that I have somebody who teaches science, but you can still use this, and I'll show you how. Vicky, I've used it as digital storytelling with the students.
Okay.
And then have them record their audio into MakeCode in the language that you want them to speak, either French or Spanish.
Oh.
So whatever it is that they create is going to speak the language that they give it. You can also design in Minecraft Education. We can do what we call an NPC, which is a non-player character. And with the non-player character, you can give them a slate or a board, or they can, when the player goes up to that character, it can talk to them, and you can program it to speak other languages. So this is another way of using this game-based learning to have your students learn. And then, of course, most of you have been here already for Copilot for planning and differentiation. So AI and game-based learning, right? What it is it's a set of decision rules. What we're doing is we're teaching the students that when you play this game, or when you build in this game, you have to recognize the patterns that it's giving you, and then you have to take an action based on what you see, and then you can level up, make adjustments, and go again. So it gives them pattern recognition, it gives them adaptive behavior, and then it gives what we call in the programming world feedback loop. It's almost the same as what we use in education. So it's game, action, level, and then an adjustment. So what's happening here is the students are learning, even though they think they're playing a game, they're really learning. So most of you have done Copilot with me, am I correct? So one of my activities started because I was trying to wait for everybody is a prompt. Where do students encounter AI? Or if you really specific, generate 3 playful AI powered challenges. What happens here is if you give it that more succinct prompt, it gives you a better challenge that you can use with your students. It'll even develop it for you too. So I'm going to go into MakeCode. Vicky, I'm not sure that you've seen it. I think my other two have here and seen it already, but I'm going to open up MakeCode and I will show you some MakeCode. All right, so let me bring my window over. Oh, wait, it took you to the right window this time. No, it didn't either. Okay. I changed computers tonight because this computer has got more memory and I didn't want to run into issues with everything that I was doing. So let me bring up this one. So in MakeCode, let me switch stop sharing. We switch my window. So here, I'm going to drop my slides down a minute there. So this is, all right, computer. Oh, she's going to be a pest. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I purposely used this one because this one was working good for me. Now let me see if this will work. Nope. I get too much open. It seems both of them decide to be a pain in the. Okay. So let me shut down Firefox. All right, now let's go back to here. This ought to work. Maybe. Here it comes. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. So this is Microsoft MakeCode. Microsoft MakeCode is it is for programming, but the other part about this is the microbit that you see here at the top has got different features built into it. So it's got audio. It doesn't have video, but it's got the pixelated screen. So what you can do is if we open up a new project, let's see here, what I have here in projects. So there's two versions of the microbit, right? There's the first one that doesn't have sound, but then there's the second version that does. Now the second version does a little bit more, I guess would be the best way of putting it. Because see, like here you have clap lights, but there are different things that you can do with this too. Like you can do target edge. This is going to give me that same message my window that mine. Okay, it went down. Okay, so you can have it do poetry. You can have it do like this would be fun in class, Vicky, if you had one
Yeah.
of these and you let them choose an activity based off of it. If you can use it as a voice recorder. So this is where I said that you can use it with your students and the different languages that you teach.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things too that I like with this is you can do data. We've got live coding, we've got music, and here's science. So with science, we can do some states of matter with it. Here it comes, right? We can check plant watering, soil moisture, and timing gates. So there's different ways that we can use this, and we can, where's my here's my create AI. So Microbit and MakeCode also has what they call create AI. So what we can do is we can get started with AI quickly and machine learning along with our microbit. So you've got activity timers, you've exercise timers. I like the storytelling friend because with the storytelling friend, you can use that for like another another thing you can use this for would be for your languages, or instead of storytelling you could have it have the students use it to talk about one of the things they've done in the science class. So we can use this in different ways, and even though it is programming, we're bringing programming into other classes with this. So like the exercise timer is another good one because the students get the feel for how the AI works with it. So if I go into, I'm going to go into my MakeCode just so you can see how this works. I'm going to go into MakeCode and I'm going to call this my demo project, right? In order to get the AI with this, once you go into MakeCode, it's block programming. But over here, if you have, Vicky, your students are older, so your students are probably into the Python language by now. You can click here and change it to Python for them. I don't need the editor right now. But here under extensions is where we can pull some of the different items that we're going to be doing. So you've got software, you've got science, you have lights and displays. I'm looking for, I've got an AI one in here. I know I do. If I do AI, there's an AI extension that I can add in. Right, so there's a couple of different ones here that you can use depending on what it is that you've got. Right, if you're just going to be doing the microbit, like here's just the plain microbit. And they've got mini bits, they've got robo bits, like there's different things that we can do with this. And my AI extension. I'm going to use the camera. I have a camera. So with this, I have a robot with this camera. And so what I can do now is I can, down here under advanced, you'll see that I've got different functions and different things that I can do with this. And I can, here with the Husky Lens, which is an AI camera, I can program it. Sorry, somebody in my building keeps off the fire alarm. What I can do here is I can program it to do face recognition. I can request data and save it. I can have it follow a line and then avoid certain things. So this is another way of using AI with different things for microbit. So this is always a fun one for the students because they get to learn how the AI works. One of the other things that I like with this is Microbit also has how to create AI, and it based off of what they want it to do, they can program it so that it knows whether they're running, whether they're bouncing, whether they're jumping. And the little microbit is very interesting because this little microbit can see how she's shaking it. It knows, you know, how many times it's been clapped at. It knows how many bounces it's made. So this is they can program it with the AI, and it's a good beginner level for them with programming. Any questions? Did I give you anybody some new ideas?
Yeah, you have, absolutely. This is something I've wanted to have a look at for a long time, but it's just about finding the time.
Well, I mean, if you want, Vic, let me know and I can come over. I have a couple of microbits if you guys don't have them.
I can ask
And we can
Steve
set up a
tomorrow, definitely.
Okay, yeah, ask Steve, because if you don't have any, I can bring mine over and you and I can like put together a lesson plan in advance.
Yeah,
And then we can do it with the students. Because this is a
great.
lot of fun for them because it's something small, but it's something practical and it's something that they can do quickly and walk away and understand what they've done. So it gives them a new insight into how AI works. So now I'm going to scoot over to, okay. So Minecraft, right? Are anybody, Vicky, are you using Minecraft at all?
No, again, that's something I want to do, but I've not had the time to have a play.
Okay.
It's not something I know the kids know how to do it, but I don't know how to do it.
I'll be honest with you. One of the things that when I do my trainings on this is I tell the teachers, you have to know the pedagogy and what you want them to do. Let the kids be the experts at the game.
Yeah.
You really just have to know the wheres and the why fors more so than the how tos. I let them be the experts at this, even though I learned how to play it because my theory was if I'm going to train it, I want to know how to play it. So that's why I learned it. But they've got some built-in lessons, and this one is one that is AI, artificial intelligence. But let me see if my audio's on. Tell me if you guys can hear this video. I think I turned it on. Maybe. There it goes. I should have downloaded it. There it comes.
In Lesson 9, you will be experimenting with artificial intelligence. AI in Minecraft. Artificial intelligence is intelligence demonstrated by machines. But how do they start to become intelligent? In this lesson, you will give the agent some information. You are basically training it what to do in certain situations. The more information you give it, the better decisions it will be able to make on its own. Given enough code, the agent will be able to handle a variety of situations on its own, making it seem almost human-like. This is artificial intelligence with the agent in Minecraft. Run a program for your agent to create a maze. Then create that maze's starting and stopping locations. Create some artificial intelligence for your agent to complete a randomly generated maze. Create some artificial intelligence for your agent to search and chop trees in an area of your choosing.
So what they're doing with this is they're learning what artificial intelligence is, but then they have to program their agent to build the maze. Now, the harder part about this is we all understand what it takes to build a maze, but the harder part for them is how many blocks in do I want it to go before it turns? Am I turning left? Am I turning right? Where's going to be my block that's going to take me to another part of the maze, or where's my block that's going to lead me to a dead end? And as they start programming this is where it's not just, okay, my agent's going to do this. They have to think about what they want it to do and how they want it to do it. And that is really where a lot of the critical thinking comes in for this. But this has got a lesson structure for you. Let me go into the lesson plan so you can see what it does. Let me open my lesson plan here. So they give you, the nice part about this is they're going to give you the lesson plan. And the lesson plan is all built out for you. And you can go over with the students what are we using in today's world that is AI, right? We've got driverless cars, we've got taxis now, we've got the airport. You can just walk on this red carpet in the airport and go through, and you're done through immigration, right? So, and how does it do it? And this is where this is always fun for the students, because now, you get them thinking about how do these things work, right? And what are some of the things that we want them to use, right? We want them to imitate humans. We want it to learn and increase knowledge. And so how are you going to train your agent to do that for you? So this is just some of the different things that you can do in Minecraft. This is just one of the lessons. If I go back, the next one I think was the chop the tree. They do have an unplugged activity. So with the unplugged activity, it's getting them to think about it before they get into the game. I always like to do something unplugged before I plug them in, right? So the unplugged activity for this one is going to be, right? They have to think about some AI rules. So now they're going to think about when you play tic-tac-toe, for you to play tic-tac-toe, what decisions have to be made while playing tic-tac-toe? So what is it that we want, what decisions am I going to start in the middle? Am I going to start at the upper left? Am I going to start at the bottom right? So what you have to do, they have to think about what did they decide before they place their next mark in order to win. And in programming, what we call that is an if else. So if I'm the first person to put my X in the square, I'm going to put my X in the middle square 9 times out of 10, right? But then where's my next person going to put their X? And how they decide where they were going to put their X. So if they were going to put their X in the center and I did, then they have to think about what decision did they make then to where to put their X. So I always like to start with the unplugged, right? So this gives us some sample rules for tic-tac-toe. your mark in the center, right? If opponent places their mark adjacent to the center, then place your mark in a corner. Which corner you want to, which corner do you want to go to? But if there's a mark in that corner, where else are you going to go? So this is where we're getting them to think I want to call it algorithmic thinking. It's how we think when we put together computer programs. Okay. And you know, you could almost do or like this, Vicky, with something that you do in one of your classes. You know, I want to go to I decide I want to go to a country and somebody's already chosen that country. How am I going to make the decision to go to a different country that speaks Spanish or French? Like you have to give it that clarification.
Yeah.
So this has got some good things in it, but there's other things here in the library that we use too. So they've got this hour of AI called Generation AI. And this one's kind of fun because what they have to do is they have to create AI powered inventions. But they have to code it using code blocks. So the blocks that you saw back here, we also have them in Minecraft. Back here, I don't want you to do that, right? And this is available in the demo version. So if you don't have Minecraft, this is available in your demo version. Notice it also tells you, one of the things I like about the way they set these up is it tells you what subjects you can use this for, what age groups. Look, this goes all the way from 6 to 18. And look at all the different languages. Now, the other part about this is it's giving you your learning objectives, right? So it's telling us that we are going to introduce AI concepts and build literacy skills. And it's going to be a 1-hour activity. And they have to explore the amazing potential of AI and the importance of fair, reliable technology by correcting coding problems. So now we don't just have them looking at, and they're not just playing this game, they actually have to fix something. So we've got them doing creative thinking, critical thinking, we've got them being creative, and we got them solving the puzzles. But they're learning responsible AI use as they're doing it. It gives you an educator guide. It gives you, there's an AI Foundations guide. It even gives you the presentation deck. And for those of us that aren't sure we know all the answers, it gives a solution guide. It also, I like this because it gives you your teacher prep notes. It gives you an introductory video for the students and a video so that they can better understand what they're doing. It gives us our guiding ideas. And this I like too because it also gives us the 6 principles of responsible AI, right? Fairness, reliability and safety, privacy and security, inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability. And it tells you you're going to take them on a journey and they're going to learn ways that AI benefits humanity, but they're going to learn the principles of responsible AI as they do it. It gives us our student activities. There's 8 activities in this. And they're going to have to train their NPCs and their agent for looking, moving, jumping, placing and breaking blocks and interacting with buttons. So the first one is they're going to build a bridge, which is code an AI food scanner that is fair and inclusive. That's a good one. I like that. They're also going to fix the smart lawnmower to be safe and reliable. They're going to code the AI trash collector. Like, think about this. How can you use this in your classroom for an AI trash collector? Like, my students would go crazy over this one. I didn't get to use this one. You get to code the AI door access. Now, this is good too, because most of the schools nowadays, you can't go from one building to another without the code. So this is a good one for the schools. And then we're going to teach AI to be responsible by matching each of the principles to the AI statements. We get to generate maps with prompts. So here's where we're bringing in some of our prompting that we've learned along the way too. And they're going to use prompts and they're going to innovate and craft with their AI sidekick. After they've completed the 5 invention scenes, then they're going to experience the ending sequence. The other thing I like to do with this is break the class up and don't have everybody doing the same things. And down here where it says generate the maps, do a gallery walk and let the students go see what the others have made. It does give us the performance expectations, and it does give us some external references. And I like the certificate of completion. I like too. So let me see if I can bring this up here. Hold on. Let me bring can you guys see my Minecraft? Thumbs up? Yes?
Yeah.
Can you hear it? Okay. All right. So let me do here. Let's So there's different ones that are in here now. This was the unit 9 that we looked at with the maze. This one I've used. I like this one, the AI Wildlife Park. I'm going to bring this up so you can see what this one is. This one's really good because one of the other countries made this, and I used it for, I forget what I was doing, but I used it, and they have to help the wildlife park build a feeding system for the animals. So now they have to explore the basics of artificial intelligence, but they train the AI and how does this impact its decisions. Then they have to understand that you can't feed the lions, the tigers, and the giraffes all the same food. So how are you going to program your AI to know which food? So this is a good one. I like this one. But here's an AI job fair. So this one, Vicki, when we came over and we talked about jobs with your kids, this is a good one because this one they have to explore AI powered cityscape, and they have to encounter we call them non-player characters who reveal how artificial intelligence is changing the world. Healthcare, design, transportation, home gardening, and then they have to design and build their own exhibit, which is going to showcase how AI influences a career that's of interest to them. Do the first night. Generation AI was another good one. This was an hour of code. This is a new one too, the AI detective. And this is good because he gets to see how AI is being misused in this world, and he has to analyze deep fakes, spot AI generated content, and learn how AI works as you follow your clues. And they have to analyze the evidence across each of the different things to determine, is it fake? Is it real? How did they know? So, and then it gives us, once again, it still gives us our learning objectives. This one's for 7, 18. This is another one that's across all age groups. Here's one on sustainable farming. I've used this one, the A1 through I forget what it is, but A1 I usually start with who are the ocelots, which are like, I don't know, they're little animals with spots. And with this one, the students have to make their way through the savannah and take pictures of them in a specific order, and then feed it into the computer to learn which ocelot was where, so that they can track them. So this is a good one for machine learning. The second one is teaching them how to map terrain to help with areas where there's illegal logging or where there's fires. So this is another one, and this is a good one for careers. And then we have sustainable farming. I like the sustainable farming one. I've used this as a standalone because it gives them the idea of how to prepare data and what is predictive analysis, and how are we going to train our AI. Okay. So these are just some of the ones, some of them are new too. I haven't gotten to do some of these yet. I haven't done Peter is Here. This is Peter, St. Peter's Basilica. And I haven't done the Network Heroes yet. But these are just a couple of the ideas. Now, I know I have somebody that does foreign languages. Here's language. Let's see what we got here. All right. Here's all languages. Let's see what we have, Vic. They've got some good ones built, but I know I have some friends with some too. Right? So like you could do comic books, you could do characters around the world. Yeah, there's a lot of different ones you can do here. I like the League of Literacy, and you could do that. You could do that with your. You could do that with your students, and instead of having to do it in English, have them do it in their language.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen Immersive Reader?
Yeah.
Immersive Reader is built into Minecraft now, so they can use different languages, and it won't be a problem. But there's a bunch of these, and if you have something specific that you know you want to work on with them, let me know, because I do have a couple of friends. I have one in the UK and one in, I'm going to tell you, Greece, that are using it for foreign languages. But these are just these are some of the ones that they have in languages. Now I know I have a science. There's literature and language learning. Let's see what we have in language learning too before I forget. But these are all good because I know the students think here's a French one and here's a Spanish one. So you may want to get in there and see what these are. Let me see what Spanish has. Students are taught 34 Spanish words that include color, number, and furniture. They must use the 44 vocabulary words they learn to find and decode the TNT. They will hear correct pronunciation of each word from two native speakers.
Is that on League of Literacy, Ruth?
This is under language, believe it or not.
Okay.
They have this one under language. They have creative writing and literature here too. Now let me go to science because I know I have a science person here too. Let me go back up to science. So here's my science. Science, they've got chemistry. I was telling you about the chemistry lab. This is their chemistry lab, and we make the pigs fly. I've had it rain, wasn't chickens. I had it rain chickens, and then I had a teacher one time who decided not chickens and lobsters. But lobsters take longer to spawn than chickens do. So like she kept hitting 100, 100, and it wasn't doing anything. And then all of a sudden she had like thousands of lobsters raining from the sky. This is taking a minute to load. This chemistry actually has a chemistry lab in it, and it's got a chemistry journal for them. So if you have experiments that you want to do, this is taking too long to load. But you also have biology, you have space. They have some space stuff in here too. They've got climate, and then let's see what we got. See if all science comes up. I might be taxing my computer a little too much. But these are just some of the ways that we can use games in a different way. And it's not so much that, I mean, yes, they're playing, but they're not playing. We actually have given activities that they have to create. Now, the other part about this too is, let me drop this down, hold on, so that you guys don't have to keep hearing this. Okay. And let me go back to, okay. So one of the things with the game-based learning is, yes, the students are all excited because they're playing a game, but the intention behind it, when we know the pedagogy and when we know our expectations, is really what we as the teachers need. Now, I like to use Minecraft. I like to use Edpuzzle if you've ever used it, because with Edpuzzle, you can record a video, you can go out to YouTube and get a video and you can put it in there. And you can then have your students watch the video, but you can embed questions. So for Vicky with Spanish, she can go out and get a video off of something based off of something they're learning, put it into Edpuzzle, and then embed questions that they have to answer at certain points in the video. So, so that is another way of using, it's similar to game-based learning, and they're learning, but they're also somebody's coming in at the last minute here. So they're learning, but then they're also learning using different tools. And then, of course, the other thing, as I showed you in the beginning, is Copilot. So in Copilot, right, in Copilot, you can, okay, Vicky, you teach Spanish, right?
Yeah.
What are you teaching?
Let's say healthy eating and healthy living.
And you're the British National Curriculum, right?
Yeah.
So what I have done now is I have asked it to create a game for Spanish language learners about healthy eating and health. I should have put living. But notice what it's done now is it's given me a game that you can put together for them where they have to build vocabulary related to food, meals, and healthy habits and use grammatical structures, engage in spoken interaction, and then they have healthy eating, healthy versus unhealthy foods, and then it gives you the game overview. This one's years 4 to 9 because I forgot to put your year in.
That's
But
okay.
it gives you what materials, it gives you how to play, and now
So would
it's
that
telling you
be?
how to
Can I
set it
ask
up.
Sorry to ask to interrupt, Ruth. So would that be like something I could put into something else, or would they be playing that in tables?
It's up to you, however you want to do it.
Yeah.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
It's up to you. It's up to you how you want to do it. Do you want to put it into something else? Do you want to, you could break it up into stations if you wanted to and have them do it in stations.
Yeah.
And then whoever got the highest score at that station is the winner. But you can do it gives you ideas for rounds of play too.
Cool.
Round 1's classification, round 2 is trading, round 3 is challenge cards, round 4 is a presentation. And then it gave me differentiation. I didn't ask for it this time, but it gave it to me. See, it knows what I ask for all the time because I use it. But now it's given me, for beginners, you're going to give them sentence starters and picture supported vocabulary lists. For your intermediate learners, you're going to require full sentences and introduce connectors. And I like this, add calorie or nutrient clues. And then for your advanced, you're going to require extended justification, cultural comparisons, and imperfect present tense contrasts. It even gives you some extension ideas. I like this, a healthy menu for the school cafeteria, a Spanish poster promoting healthy eating, and healthy eating habits, Spain versus UAE. So this, now this created this interactive game that you can now take and put it into whatever it is that you want to do, or you can make it into, stations, or, however it is that you want to do. But it will, give you ideas. And I'm assuming this would be something that you would use. Am I correct, Vicky?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, This is just another way that like you can use Copilot to help you create some game-based learning also.
Hmm.
So it's specific to what you're teaching. I didn't put your grade level in. I'm sorry. I should have, but I
Um,
didn't. But I did put that it's aligned to the British National Curriculum for you.
I made sorry, I'm just talking, I hope you don't mind. Um
It's okay.
I made my own agent. So
I saw that.
yeah, I made my own agent. So now I put things in and it just knows what I want. It was amazing.
It is kind of cool. I haven't played with that yet. I was interested when I saw that you made it. That's kind of nice.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
All right. Now let me get kind of skip through my. Okay, let me put this link in the. This is the link for, let me go to my chat here. Hold on. Let me minimize this. Let me go back to here. Oh, back to, there you go. So I am going to drop the link. If you complete the form, then you'll get a credit badge from Microsoft. Right? If possible, if you could, give us any feedback to, or a testimonial that we can, say how well you've liked, or if you learned something from our session, that would be awesome. We like to know if we're doing things that you like, so that as I plan term 3, I make sure that I have something that everybody enjoys. Now, I don't have a session for the next couple of weeks. Our next session will be March the 3rd. So the next couple of weeks we're off, but we'll be back March the 3rd. I'm in the process of putting together the term 3 schedule. Does anybody have any questions on anything we covered tonight?
I will ask Steve about what's the thing called. I need to ask if he's got a bit.
Microbit.
Microbit. Okay. Thanks. Thanks so much, Ruth. That was really good.
Of course, anytime, you know that.
Yeah. Right. Thanks. Then I'm going to log
Of
off.
course. Okay. Thanks, Vicky.
Okay. Bye. I've got
Oh,
the
yeah.
form.
Edpuzzle is great. Thanks, Vicky. Anybody have any questions? Did everybody get something new tonight? That's my biggest one. Those of you that came in after we got started, we will be posting the video. You'll get the link to SkillSpot so that you can see the video. We did cover Microbit and MakeCode and how you can use AI in there for different activities. Covered Copilot and how it can create you an interactive game based off of what you're teaching. What I did was I worked with something that Vicky's doing in her Spanish classes so that she could see that it gave something that she can use. And then I did went through some of the AI lessons that are available in Minecraft Education. Any questions? Any comments? You can unmute yourself if you'd like. Saeed, I'm glad that you got something new. Yeah, Edpuzzle is wonderful. I like it because it's a great way of using some of the YouTube videos, but it's also a nice way to keep them on task and they're not searching through YouTube. Yeah, try the Microbit. I love my Microbit, I'll be honest. Anybody else have any questions? I've used Magic School before too. Yes. I like Copilot. I do like Copilot, but I've used Magic School. I will tell you, I've used Magic School. For a while there, Magic School was my go-to. There anything else before we disconnect for the night? Any questions? Anything else I can help you with before we hang up? I appreciate everybody coming again tonight. I do hope everybody got something new. Have a good night, Saida. I'm hoping everybody got something. If there's something that you would like to see in term 3, just let me know. I'm putting this together now. And we will be back on March the 3rd. We've got a couple of weeks off.